Yeah, look at all this smoke. What's up, guys? So once again, we've gotten a nice little piece of junk for the channel, and I say that as a joke because these vehicles are awesome, but usual rusty garage fashion, I had to buy the worst example of one that I possibly could. I don't even know if I'm going to disclose how cheap I got this thing for because, well, actually a bunch of reasons, but yeah. There's lots of issues with this one. Definitely no free lunch here. First of all, the screen doesn't really work. Check engine light's on. The fuel gauge doesn't work. Yeah, nice little bit of problems. You could probably hear the packing tape flapping in the wind behind me there. There's possibly a crack in the transmission. We're not totally sure. The whole time I was driving it, test driving it, I didn't see anything leak. So I don't really know what's going on, but at the last red light, I did smell trans fluid a little bit, so something might be leaking onto the exhaust and burning a little bit. So that's kind of the current situation. But I mean, look at the rest of it though. Like, it's clearly a G-Wagon. Everything's in decent condition. The sunroof still opens. The back seats are clean. We finally got the garage in a place where I can put vehicles in there. Exhibit A. This thing is probably going to take up the whole damn garage too, so there's that. But nonetheless, I'm still really ecstatic to get back to work and hopefully not get burned. Alright guys, so we just ran the codes here, and it looks like we have an air injection system code and a some kind of manufacturer specific code here, 2098. I'm going to have to look that up. I suspect it might be like a transmission thing. Not totally sure yet, but we already know that this thing has transmission issues. We also know that this code reader can't read Mercedes-specific things like the transmission. So we just got a generic engine scan here. It's not really going to tell us the whole story. Alright, well, this wasn't quite expected, but also was expected. I'm on some random back road, probably half an hour from home, and it looks like the G-Wagon has decided to stop shifting. So, once again, kind of expected that. I know this thing has some pretty serious transmission problems. Yeah, I tried flooring it. I don't want to... Yeah, it's not downshifting, and then I tried to manually do it like you guys just saw. It's not doing that either. No weird lights. I'm afraid to pull over and put it out of gear because there's a probably pretty good chance it's not going to go back in. Alright, so we lost throttle input. Mercedes has this thing when the transmission control unit goes into like total limp mode. It has these really sluggish throttle inputs. And yeah, so there's the fill hole for the transmission. I'm guessing here, but I think there's a chance that maybe it just like ran a little low on fluid. Because like I said, there's a leak. So there's a 50-50 shot that this is temporarily buys us some time. Side note also, it is totally pitch dark here, and this is a $20 light from Home Depot. Unbelievable. Alright, moment of truth here. It's probably going to go into gear, but I don't know what gear we're going to get. Alright, we're in some gear right now. Alright, yeah, we're in limp home mode, I believe, because it's not letting me go down in gears. We're just drive. I believe we're going to get second gear, and we're going to be in second gear the whole way home. Alright, let's see what we get here, guys. Luckily, I can get home just on some back roads, if that's what it comes to. All right, let's see. Ooh. Oh, okay. It did shift. I think that's third. Fourth. I believe that's fourth. Starts in second. Most of these luxury vehicles start in second gear for comfort reasons. On this one, you have to use the Tiptronic to get it in overdrive. Huh. Alright. So it looks like the Tiptronic gear selector is working again. So you see that that D turn into a 4. I just hit the shifter. Alright. Cool. Not cool, but also cool. So, whew. Alright. We're gonna have to take this thing to Mike. You guys might remember Mike on the channel from some of the other videos. I think I had him working on the SL at one point. We're gonna see what Mike can find out on his scan tool, and hopefully it won't be too bad. So I think you guys have seen my atrocious looking driveway in some of the clips. We're finally gonna fix that today, actually. I got some guys coming out. I know I don't have anything low right now, but when I get some low cars coming in here, we should have no problem getting them in and out of the garage. Any ideas?
It's wet under here.
Under where? Well, besides everywhere.
Yeah, it's probably the red. But I'll put a pressure tester on it quick.
Alright, so it's now a couple days later, but I think you guys kind of figured that out. So here's where we're at with the transmission. This is actually kind of an interesting outcome. So the seller told me that something was wrong with it. It was leaking fluid and it went into limp mode, and you had to keep putting fluid in it as a result. So following that recommendation, I made sure to keep putting fluid in it every time I drove it, because I noticed that it was spewing fluid out from the dipstick fill hole, the fluid fill hole that's in the engine bay. So I've been doing that, and also noticed that it was shooting out sometimes. You know, you had to even keep the revs low, because if you revved it up too high, it would shoot fluid out. So I've been basically driving this thing like a grandpa, just to keep the fluid in the thing and hopefully prevent it from causing a fire in the middle of a busy road. So that's kind of what I've been doing, but this is why you kind of take your stuff to someone that knows what they're doing, because part of doing troubleshooting, and if you guys work in IT or if you're a mechanic, you already know this, but part of being in the trades is questioning the symptoms that you're getting instead of just going with whatever somebody tells you. So basically Mike was like, hey, why is this thing, why are we spitting trans fluid? Why is it doing that? So his first thing to do was put a dipstick in there and measure the level. Because if you guys aren't familiar, Mercedes doesn't ship these cars with dipsticks. They have the sealed for life transmissions, which was basically a bunch of nonsense. But that's kind of a rant for another time, I guess. But so basically what we did was he drained the transmission to the proper levels and reset all the codes. He said he put a couple miles on it and didn't see anything happening. The issues were intermittent, of course, so we could still definitely have an issue. But he basically said take it back and see if it has to come back again, and if it does, then we can kind of dive further in. So I'm not really sure what caused the previous owner to start taking this thing to a repair shop. Yeah, no, it's it's fine. Mike did the reset on the transmission, so these things kind of learn your driving habits after a while. And I guess the previous owner was babying this thing for a while too, so as a result, it wanted to shift at like 1,500 RPMs. It actually sounds pretty good. It's got a nice amount of grunt to it. Mike actually had to cut the mufflers off. They were kind of hanging on by a thread. 304 stainless steel is no match for just about 18 years of road salt. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at there. But, all right, guys. I'm going to enjoy driving this thing for a little bit and kind of see where we're at with it. Definitely look for some future videos on this one. So, I'll catch you guys next time.